Hello children, I am Needu, your English teacher. Today, through this video, we are going to study the usage of punctuation marks in English. What are punctuation marks? Punctuation marks enable us to understand clearly what is written. They divide one sentence from another sentence or one part of a sentence from another part. They help us know the pauses in a sentence and identify the type of the sentence, whether it is exclamatory or interrogative, or whether it is direct or indirect speech. Punctuation marks also provide a clue to speech. While speaking or reading aloud a written passage, we know where to pause and how long to pause by means of punctuation marks. Punctuation is thus an aid to clear writing and speaking. Now we can see what are the punctuation marks in English. The comma, the semicolon, the colon, the full stop, the mark of interrogation, the mark of exclamation or interjection, the marks of quotation, the apostrophe, the hyphen, the dash, the brackets, capital letters, and italics. Now we can go through each of all these punctuation marks in detail. The comma. The comma is used to indicate a short pause after a clause, a phrase, or a word. Look at this example. I tried but could not meet him. My brother, who was in Bombay then, attended the wedding. Now, look at the next usage. To separate words of address. While we address someone, this kind of usages can be done. Look at this example. Respected chief guest, distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen. Next usage. To separate quoted sentences. Look at this example. The messenger said, I come from the bank. Next usage. To separate yes or no when followed by a completion. Example. Are you attending the meeting? Yes, I am. No, I am not. Next usage. To separate certain phrases or words such as in short, however, finally, of course, in fact, at last. Examples. In short, all this talk will lead us nowhere. However, he managed to escape. Finally, a compromise was reached. Of course, I shall be with you. In fact, I propose to raise this matter at the meeting. At last, he won his point. Next, we are going to study the usage of semicolon. The semicolon is used to separate clauses that together form one unit of thought. Look at this example. He has done his duty, he should get his reward. Next example. Reading makes a full man, conference a ready man, and writing an exact man. So, all these phrases were giving out one unit of thought and it is being separated by using a semicolon. Next, the colon. The colon is used to illustrate or elaborate a statement or to indicate a list of things. Example, there are different forms of literature: poetry, drama, novel, essay, etc. Next example, there are 4 kinds of sentences: assertive, imperative, exclamatory, and interrogative. Next, we are going to study the usage of full stop. It's very easy. Where should we use full stop? At the end of a sentence, isn't it? The full stop is used not only at the end of a sentence or to indicate the close of a sentence, but also in abbreviations. That means in short forms. Look at this usage. BC, before Christ. MA, Master of Arts. MP, Member of Parliament. Mrs. and so on. Next, question mark. The interrogative or question mark is used at the end of direct questions only. Example, where has he gone? Whose book is this? He asked, will you come to my house? The teacher asked, have you brought the books? And remember the fact that the question mark should not be used in indirect speech. Look at this example. The teacher asked if we had brought the books. We never used what? Question mark. Instead of that, a full stop is used. Okay. The next, exclamation. The exclamation or interjection mark is put at the end of an exclamatory phrase or sentence. Example, oh, what a great thought. What a thrilling experience. How kind of you. How wonderful. Next, quotation mark. Quotation marks or inverted commas used at the beginning and at the end of words that are quoted. Usually, double inverted commas are used when it is a sentence as a whole quoted, and single inverted comma is used when it is only a part of a sentence. Look at the example. A character in a play of Shakespeare's says, neither a borrower nor a lender be. All the boys shouted, we want a holiday tomorrow. Then one more point to be remembered, titles of books may also be put within quotations. Okay, we are moving to the next punctuation mark. The apostrophe. The apostrophe is used to signify the possessive case. Example, Ram's book. My uncle's property. It should not be used with the possessive case of pronouns. Okay, it's, hers, yours and all. These are wrong. These should be it's, hers, yours. The bird broke its wings. This book is hers. Yours sincerely. The apostrophe is also used to show the omission of letters. Example, the Honorable, don't, o'clock, etc. Next, the hyphen. The hyphen is used in compound words. After effect, fellow teacher, self-praise, etc. Next, the dash. Dash is introduced to indicate an abrupt break in thought. The dash is a slightly longer mark than the hyphen. Look at the example. I wish I had gone there, but what's the use of wishing? Next is the usage of brackets. The brackets are used to indicate a parenthesis. I made a promise long ago, so long ago that you might even have forgotten, that I would gift all my furniture to you. So here we are giving an extra information. Next, the usage of capital letter. The capital letter or capital is used for the first word of a new sentence. That's a general usage. Look at the example. The house was built long ago. Our college reopens tomorrow. The pronoun I always is written with a capital letter. Next, nouns and pronouns referring to God are written with a capital letter. Look at this example. Pray to God, He will bless you. You should never lose your faith in Him and His power. Next, capitals are used for names and titles. For example, the Prime Minister, the Taj, the Merchant of Venice, an American, etc. Capitals are used in some abbreviations also, like PM, Prime Minister, MP, Member of Parliament, WHO, World Health Organization, and so on. The capital is used to begin direct narration of a sentence. Look at this. They said, "We are all ready." Next, we are moving to the usage of italics. Italics are used for the names of books, plays, newspapers, journals, and ships. Example, the Ramayana, Hamlet, the Daily Telegraph, INS Vikrant, etc. Italics are used for words which do not belong to English language. Bandh, dharna, and all. In some cases, for emphasizing something, we use italics. Look at this example. He did insult me. I shall never see you again. So, these much are the punctuation usages in English. Today we studied the usage of comma, semicolon, colon, full stop, interrogation mark, exclamation mark, marks of quotation, apostrophe, hyphen, dash, brackets, capital letters, and italics. See you next time with another topic. Thank you.